Hey everybody, the Reswirl here, and welcome back to more Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Okay, it's time for the trial of the magical turnabout. I'm pretty sure this is the only thing left in this case, or episode. Let's go! Oh yeah, this is our first time in court, as Apollo Justice. Awesome! I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Oh, I completely forgot. Wait, everything's been repossessed. We no longer have an office. And we have to win the trial in order for everything to be, sorted. How fun. Is Apollo okay? He's been muttering to himself all morning. He's been like that since yesterday. Guess the pressure of today's trial is getting to him. Poor Polly. He's really tearing himself up all over all of this. God. Get it together, Apollo. Yikes. Athena, when did you get here? Try to relax a little bit, will you? You're getting yourself way too worked up. Yeah, but I'm alright. I'm fine. You know, I did a little digging on this Nayuta Sadmadi guy. I've forgotten about that. He's apparently not your run-of-the-mill prosecutor. Oh yeah? What did you find out? Well, they say he wields an incredible power to accurately read a trial's karma and its ultimate fate. What is that supposed to mean? I don't have all the details, but apparently he can foresee how the arguments will go and even lead his opposition. So the defense basically ends up going in whatever direction he has in his head. Fuck. Man, this isn't going to be a cakewalk, if that's true. Emma did say she'd talk to him for us, though. Here's hoping that went well. In any case, it sounds like he's going to keep us on our toes. What's with these previous two games having a prosecutor that can basically lead the opposition? Kind of. Blackwell had the power of, oh god, what was it? Like persuasion or something. So that's why I know you're ready, why I know I can't leave Trucy in the office. Or I can leave Trucy in the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. Oh nice, we're getting like inspirational words from Phoenix himself. Mr. Wright is putting his faith in me. I can't let him down. Oh, we won't. We'll win. Guaranteed. I'm fine. There he goes again. It's almost like he's chanting a prayer. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine. If you say so, Apollo. The trial will start momentarily. Is the defense ready? Holy crap. Yes, we're fine. There we go. Trucy's fate and the fate of the agency rest on this trial. This is it, Justice. If ever there was a time to shine, it's now. Alrighty. Hot damn. Why has it always got to be some, like, massive stake when it comes to any trial? Yeah, there's always just got to be something. Something massive. Hey, it's just like Dual Destinies again. Court is now in session. All rise. Oh, there he is. Sadmadi. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, damn. And the prosecution? Okay, this is literally Blackwell 2.0. Blackwell's first trial, he didn't say a damn thing. But he was also a lot more aggressive. Prosecutor Sadmadi? 1,000 pardons. It was rude of me to keep you waiting. I was praying for the victim. Oh, praying. Yes, I see. You're a Karainist monk, correct, Prosecutor? Yes, that is correct. I am but a lowly monk from the Kingdom of Karain. I beg in advance for the forgiveness and kind patience of everyone here in this court. I am unfamiliar with the proceedings of this country, and may make many blunders. He seems like such a gentle-mannered soul, doesn't he? I wonder if Emma had a chance to talk with him about Trucy. Now then, Prosecutor Sadmadi, your opening statement, if you would. Certainly. In the name of the Holy Mother, I vow to guide the victim's soul to a land of eternal peace known as the Twilight Realm. Now let the last rites of the victim begin. Nayuta Sadmadi. He's really been making a name for himself apparently, but that nickname, Last Rites Prosecutor, I wonder how that will come into play today. Oh, it won't be good, I can guarantee. Holy crap, that was a big scroll. So the incident took place in the middle of a spectacular magic show. The accused performed a magic trick in which she thrust a sword into a coffin. A coffin from which the body of the victim then spilled out, dead from a fatal stabbing. The victim's name was Man of Mystery, otherwise known as the Great Mysterious. His blood was found on the sword that was used during the magic trick. Why is his blood highlighted? Like, the highlighted words usually mean something important. That's a bit weird though. Okay, autopsy reported as the court record. Victim's real name was Man of Mystery. His blood is on the murder weapon. Is it though? So his death was just an unfortunate accident. It is only natural for one to assume as such, Your Honour. However, it was no mere accident, but rather a homicide. The prosecution's position is thus, that this was a murder made to look like an accident. I see, and you believe this crime was committed by the defendant. After a thorough consideration of all possible scenarios, I unfortunately had no other choice but to conclude as much. Really? So that's how it's going to be, huh? I guess Emma couldn't convince him after all. Very well. And now let us hear from the defense. Naturally, we maintain that the defendant is innocent, Your Honour. If the defense wouldn't mind, could you please explain your reasoning? My reasoning? Well, I would have to say that my main reason is because I believe in the defendant. I see. So you find it difficult to come up with anything more concrete than that, do you? Wow, okay. Jesus. What a fine demonstration of the fact that you are indeed a lawyer of putrid mind. Going right for the jugular. Putrid mind? Wait, wasn't that putrid soul in the trailer for this game? That might be like a different point, but I remember putrid soul. Prosecutor Sadmadi? Excuse me, but I don't... What the fuck? What? If you don't mind me asking, Prosecutor, what was that you were just chanting? An exorcism. Ooh! Quite like the music. Is it Sutra? Sutra? Of the Holy Mother that guides those of tainted soul toward enlightenment. It is a Karaini's incantation to awake the foolish from their fruitless slumber. Fitting for a lawyer who indulges in such fancy as the innocence of the accused. I see. So basically you're asking the defendant to get real. Allow me these few words, defense. It is my duty as a monk to punish sinners, and to guide victim souls to the Twilight Realm. Should you show repentance and admit to the accused's guilt now, no harm will come to you. But, should you interfere with my sacred last rites for the victim... Ooh! Then I shall cast you down into the pit of hell, along with Trucy Wright. Jesus. Now wait just 1 minute here. Putrid, pit of hell, is that any way to address someone in a court of law? Prosecutor Sadmadi, that may be the way you conduct trials in Karain, but I would appreciate it if you would refrain from such charged language here. Your Honour, that was but a Karainist sermon for those who have strayed from the path. Harsh words are often necessary to admonish contemptible deviants who cannot see reason. Oh, I see. I didn't realise. I guess I really do hate defense attorneys in Corrine, huh? Even still, that was way, way over the top as far as verbal abuse goes. And the trial's only just begun. Oh, how much worse it will get. Well, defense, I suppose the way a prosecutor does things varies by country. Twould seem. Why don't we look at this as cross-cultural exchange and try to be open-minded about it? What? Bailiff, please bring in the first witness. Let's do it. Who is it? Oh, she is still... Well, she still crunches on snack-oos, it would appear. Oh, maybe she does when she's doing her investigating, but when she's a witness, she still does. Uh-oh. I thought she said goodbye to the snack-oos. Jesus. Detective Sky, the courtroom is no place for gorging yourself. What's wrong with having a little snack? Girl's gotta eat, right? She, seems a little stressed out. Detective Sky, your testimony, please. Yeah, about that. I just want to state for the record that I believe Phoenix Wright is innocent. Whoa! I'm sorry? Detective Sky, this path you seek to follow is misguided. Giving the wrongdoer false hope will only deepen her despair in the end. But let it go and move on. Acts which go against your duty will earn you divine punishment from the Holy Mother. Maybe that's why she's stressed. Oh, now she's sad. Fine. I don't know about the divine part, but I get the punishment bit loud and clear. I guess Emma got assigned tons of paperwork or something for sticking up for Druzy. She and Prosecutor Sadmari don't seem to get along very well, do they? Shall we continue? The prosecution contends that the accused had a clear motive. The evidence, if you would, Detective Sky. Alright. Please take a look at this poster. Wait. It's a True Grammarian poster from 13 years ago. Is it just me or is it a little different from how the one in Miss... from the one in Miss Wright's dressing room? It is indeed. There was not a big cancelled over Mr. Rios. This is a revised version of that poster. This one says cancelled under Mr. Rios. More so over, but still. That's right, Mr. Rios left the troupe after the first version of the poster was printed. Take a look at Mr. Rios' right forearm, near his elbow. See the big scar there? He apparently got that when he made a mistake while practicing a magic trick. Ouch. That's quite a scar. Because of the accident, Magnify Grammari concluded Mr. Rios was too unskilled. Just before the show was to open, Magnify announced Mr. Rios wouldn't be appearing. But in defiance of Magnify's decision, Mr. Rios tried to go on stage anyway. This, in turn, caused Magnify to oust Mr. Rios from the troupe on the spot. He kicked Mr. Rios out? That seems rather extreme. Did he really have to go that far? When it came to magic, Troupe Grammari was so passionate. Or should I say extreme, about it that it caused problems for them from time to time. Yes, they even caused this court a mountain of trouble with their extreme antics. And now the troupe's successor has committed a murder. It seems the troupe's rare talent was inherited by the right person after all. A putrid talent for criminality. Wow! He's a dick! Wow, complete silence. Even from the judge. You sound rather extreme yourself, prosecutor. Criminals with impure souls do not deserve sympathy, Your Honor. As I was saying, after his expulsion, Mr. Rios apparently went on to hold a grudge against the troupe. He would tell those close to him, I will get my revenge on Troupe Grammari someday. Revenge, That certainly sounds antagonistic. Mr. Rios was apparently ousted from Troupe Grammari 13 years ago due to an injury he sustained. Right. And then his chance for revenge finally came. If you would be so kind, Detective Sky. I guess I don't have a choice, do I? Oh, testimony. Do-do-do-do! The defendant's motive. The victim planned to get his revenge on Troop Grimeri during Trucy's magic show. Mr. Rios was going to first steal the Grimeri notebook from the defendant. He then intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show. That was the victim's plan for revenge, and while he did in fact steal the notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets. Okay. Bit extreme. Jeez. I do not see that happening. By the time the accused had discovered the notebook's theft, it was too late. Her only option was to kill Mr. Rios, and make it look like an accident. That's nothing but conjecture. The victim's assistant, Bonnie DeFemme, gave the police a statement. She testified that just before the start of the show, Mr. Rios said, "I'm going to reveal all of Troop Grimeri's secrets on stage today." Yeah, well, of course she would say that. She hates Trucy. What? Well, that isn't exactly a great starting point for a rebuttal, is it? You're telling me? Allow me to give you one piece of advice, defense. Oh? And what's that? Give up. Oh, a butterfly. Let it go and move on. I mean, I was close. Excuse me? Helping a sinner will only sully your own soul. One possessed of an unclean soul will burn in the flames of hell, and then be ever burdened with that sin in their next life. But I don't believe in that sort of thing. Besides, I have no intention of giving up. There we go. Oh, he does not approve. Oh, Holy Mother, grant me the strength to deal with this putrid lawyer. God, he really likes the word putrid. All actions have consequences, and yours will surely earn you the honour of being a mere stinkbug, at best, in your next life. A stinkbug? No then, Mr. Mr. Justice. Your cross-examination, please. Alright. Time to debunk this testimony. Bam 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 bam! The defendant's motive. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting we don't have a health bar anymore. Wait, why has that changed? Yeah, on the first trial it was, the first case it was like 5 flames. Unless it's because that took place in Karine and this takes place in Japanifornia. Maybe. But it's weird that we don't have a life bar anymore, we just have 5 chances. I'm kind of glad they went back to that, because I think that was better than the life bar thing. The life bar didn't make much sense, because there were some things that took a small amount of life, and then some things that took a huge amount. So the victim planned to get his revenge on Troop Grimeri during Trucy's magic show. Press. Everything. Revenge after all this time? It's been 13 years already. Why now? I know, right? I thought that was pretty sketchy myself. I mean, wouldn't he have done it a long time ago, if he was gonna do it? After all. Detective Sky, self-indulgent outbursts such as those will earn you divine punishment. In the form of a salary evaluation. No! Oh, don't be Gumshoe 2.0. Wait, that's what divine punishment means? Let the detective have her snack. This humble servant of the Holy Mother shall explain. Over a decade ago, Troop Grimeri was at the height of their popularity. But then their reputation declined, and they had all but faded from public memory. Until recently, that is, when Phoenix Wright sought to recapture their former glory. The defendant? And at such a young age too. How impressive! Yes, the accused skill at magic is undeniably impressive. If she hadn't fallen onto the path of sin, she would have had a bright future ahead of her. It's always sad to see such promising young potential go to waste. Now then, Detective Sky, how did Mr. Rios plan to get his revenge? And please put down the snackers before you continue your testimony. God, that's just an endless bag. Yes, Your Honour. Oh, she's so sad. Miss Arias is going to first steal the grammary notebook from the defendant. I mean, that lines up. We found it on his things. How do we know that he took it, though? Bonnie could have just taken it from Trucy's things and placed it on Mr. Arias' things to kind of frame the scenario. What evidence do you have that Miss Arias actually stole the notebook? Well, there we go. Well, you see, okay. Whenever you're ready, Detective. Fret not, Detective Sky, you have nothing to repent for. You should be proud of the fine forensic discovery that you made. Forensic discovery? And what did she discover specifically? Detective Sky identified a certain set of fingerprints on the notebook. Upon further inspection, she determined that they belonged to Mr. Arias. What? Okay. The detective found the fingerprints entirely of her own volition. For that, I must say, well done, Detective Sky. Huh. Okay. Get a little too addicted to using your precious white powder, did you, Emma? Now then, Detective Sky, I would ask you to explain exactly how Mr. Arias intended to use the notebook to exact his revenge. Alright. Well, first, he stole the notebook. Okay, so I guess he did steal it. That's a bit of a shame. He then intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show. What do you mean? I'm going to reveal all of Troop Grimary's secrets on stage today. That's what Mr. Arias himself said, right? Right, but he didn't exactly specify what Grimary secrets he was talking about. But the prosecution thinks he was referring to the secrets behind the Troop Grimary magic. Yes, that is the prosecution's assertion. When the accused realised that Mr. Arias was to reveal her family's most closely guarded secrets, she naturally panicked. So basically, Trucy's notebook was hiding in Mr. Arias' things because he had stolen it himself. I see. Truly a motive that only a magician could have. Yes, that's what the prosecution believes, anyway. Oh dear. That was the victim's plan for revenge, and while he did in fact steal the notebook... Boo 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 boo. Do you really believe what you're saying, Detective? Do you really think Miss Wright killed Miss Arias to stop him from getting revenge? Of course I don't think that. The Trucy we know wouldn't it? Okay. Keep your private considerations separate from your public duty. I warned you about this very thing before the trial began, did I not, Detective Sky? Yes, you did. Please recite my exact words to you. Emma Sky, you are a detective first and foremost, not the accused's friend. Remember your duty and fulfill it faithfully. Excellent. So you do remember what I said to you. Your devotion to your work will be rewarded for the Holy Mother sees all. This Holy Mother is no scientific concept I've ever heard of. Those two really don't get along, do they? Well, science and religion go together about as well as oil and water. As I was saying, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets. I'm sorry, but what exactly is the basis for claiming it was murder? Beats me. What? The basis is beats me. You'll have to ask Prosecutor Sadmodi over there because he hasn't told me his reasoning either. Oh. Detective Sky? Your feeding of information to the defense has not gone unnoticed by my eyes. Uh-oh. Yeah, she is kind of helping us a bit too much. Compared to, like, previous detectives. The bad karma of acts which go against your duty will impinge upon you in your next life. But even before that, it may impinge upon your job in the form of a transfer. Oh, Jesus. Please don't get me kicked out of the forensics unit. Anything but that. Poor Emma. She's really been risking everything for us. Well, Prosecutor Sadmodi, what are your grounds for claiming homicide? It was the luminous tape in the understage passage. Wait, really? I realised that it had been moved. Moving so that Miss Arias would climb up into the downstage coffin by mistake. What? That's a pretty crappy basis. Mr. Reyes, who was waiting in the understage passage, was supposed to have used the upstage ladder shown here on the left. He was to climb into the coffin that had been set up in the backstage area, but being turned into a stuffed dragon during Act 1. Mr. Reyes was supposed to come back to life and emerge from that coffin, but the luminous tape had been moved to mark the downstage ladder, so that the victim climbed up into the coffin on the stage itself by mistake. The very same coffin the accused thrust her sword into. And you have proof that it was my client who moved the tape? But of course. Detective Sky. Oh, that's right. I identified the defendant's fingerprints on the luminous tape. You what? He actually had proof? Well, defense? Are you finally ready to let it all go and move on? Hell no. There we go. Absolutely not. Detective, please add the information about the prints on the tape to your testimony. The defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during the show. We have the fingerprint in data, don't we? That's the script. That's her statement. Oh, there it is. Ooh! No, we found her prints on the tape. I mean, it is mentioning fingerprints. Go for it! Objection! Music stopped. I got it right. I'm sorry, Detective Sky, but there's a flaw in your testimony. Oh, really? The prosecution is claiming that Miss Wright moved the understage tape during the show. Oh. In order to guide the victim into the coffin downstage. But it doesn't make sense that she would leave prints on the tape at that time. Oh, if it was during the show, she was wearing gloves. It doesn't. Please consider the fingerprinting results of the main coffin, which shows that not one of my client's fingerprints was found on or in it. That's true, we didn't find any of her prints on that coffin. She wears gloves. I think you've realised what the flaw in your testimony is. Yeah, if it was during the show, she'd have been wearing gloves, so she wouldn't have left fingerprints. Claiming Miss Wright left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts. Because she was wearing gloves during the show. Does she ever not wear gloves? I don't think there's ever been a case where she hasn't. Oh! She must have left the prints sometime before the show started. In other words, her prints do not prove she moved the tape to mislead the victim. The prosecution's investigation was insufficient. Oh my. But on a personal level, I'm very happy about that. I got it's weird having a detective on our side. A lot more than the prosecution at the very least. What's Sad Marty's reaction gonna be? Well, prosecutor Sad Marty, if the defence's argument is true, then you have no evidence the defendant moved the tape to deceive the victim. I see. Apparently the defense is more intelligent than I had thought. More than a stink bug, at any rate. Come on, you can bump me up to at least a stag beetle now, can't you? Would that really be any better? Of course, way better. Stag beetles are cool, with those huge mandibles of theirs. If the defense wishes to be promoted to a stag beetle, then answer me this question. Alright, shoot. Even with no evidence that the accused moved the tape to misguide the victim, the victim still climbed the ladder using the tape as a guide. And entered the coffin on the stage. The accused then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it. So what you're saying is, the fact remains that the victim was stabbed to death, right? Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of this case. If the accused did not lead the victim into the coffin on purpose, then it means the victim's death could have been accidental. if it was indeed an accident, the defense could argue that it was involuntary manslaughter. Yeah, we'd never do that though. I see, if it was involuntary manslaughter, they could plead extenuating circumstances, and the severity of the crime could be mitigated. Defense, if you believe the accused did not murder the victim, then do you argue that it was an accident? This is it, the all-important question. The defense argues that Miss Arias' death was murder. The defense maintains that the defendant is entirely innocent. We believe that it wasn't an accident, but murder. And what's more, we believe it was committed by a third party. A third party? As in the true culprit is someone else? That is quite a brazen claim to make, and one wholly without grounds. Your voice is as loud as your suit, and your mind echoes just as loudly as emptiness, or in emptiness. Surely you were but allowed red pepper in your previous life. I've been demoted to a vegetable? Wow, I didn't know a person could be reincarnated. Oh god. Sounded like I said reincarnated. Reincarnated as a non-sentient plant. I guess anything's possible. In any case, I do have grounds to make this claim.